Now, the ruling issued on a Friday by the U.S. Supreme Court was a sharp rebuke to the president, at least in a certain way, that may have toppled his key pillar of his economic agenda, at least one pathway for it. But President Trump then announced a new global tariff under the 1974 Trade Act, a different set of statutes than those just struck down. But in that 6-3 ruling on Friday, with 3 conservative justices dissenting, the display could represent a shifting political dominance by the president in his now second term. And on that note, we go to Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News senior U.S. correspondent in Washington this morning, where it is. Mike, the State of the Union address is tomorrow, likely to see the president of the U.S. maybe reprimand the Chief Justice and others sitting right behind him. Where does this latest issue, though, factor into the general political landscape, perhaps even affect the president's behavior on other issues like global affairs?
No doubt whatsoever, this is going to impact Trump both in a domestic nature because of the power that's been stripped away from him, and also from a foreign policy standpoint because economically this has been the pillar of his foreign policy, the tariffs issue. So it's kind of on both fronts. He certainly takes a hit in the power projection category here, and it will impact his ability, his agenda, certainly so going forward, even though he's trying to put a spin on it, saying that even though the Supreme Court made this horrible decision in stripping him this executive power with relation to essentially unlimited tariffs, he's saying they did explicitly grant me the power to implement tariffs from other statutes, other sections of law. But those powers were already there to begin with. He's utilized a lot of them. So it's not as if these were some sort of secret, untested powers to begin with here. This is going to be, I think, the first major test of Trump 2 in the White House, is trying to figure out not only how to continue to implement his agenda, but also how to try to shift public opinion, which was already anti-tariffs to begin with, and try to say, okay, this is a net positive for everybody here, that I can continue to implement something that you already largely rejected, the American public, to begin with. This is not only a test politically, but this is a test in terms of messaging for the Trump admin. I think the biggest one of Trump 2 so far.